Hey there, this is Workbench from Workbench Quagmire, and you're back for day 26 of Free Code Camp Python certification in 100-ish days. And today we're continuing on with our faux project. So instead of doing the first certification project, we're doing something much harder. We've already written probably more code than is required to pass that. We're doing something simple or similar. It's a CRUD app that they're making in that project. So we're doing the same thing. It's just going to be a little more elaborate. For the most part, we have our CRUD file with all of our functions in it, which is this file here. And that file is basically what you're creating in that certification project. Then we have our main file, which does this sort of stuff like you can see over here on this pane, asks us what we want to do. So far, we've created an expense. We've reviewed expenses, or we printed them out. Now we're going to update an expense. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to print the expenses. And one of the things we're going to do, I thought of after I finished the last video, is we want to make this more human readable. So expense number 101. And so what we want to do with this enumerate, remember on enumerate, you can give it a default start. So here we're going to go comma 1. Right, and then when we go back over here, we'll run this again. Let me see, we want to do 2. So now it says expense number 1, expense number 2. So now for our update, we're going to pass the expenses. And what we'll do is we will right, there we go. What we'll do is we will call, we will print read expenses and pass it the expenses. First, we'll actually say print expense would like to update. Then we'll do that. Let's just put a new line here. And then print, and we will get input. And so here's an opportunity to do some checking, right? So we could say our choice will be input, and we'll say expense number, and we will do our try if later. So we're just going to assume we're going to get a valid response and say, but then we're going to say, we're actually going to make sure we're going to convert this to an int. We're going to assume we're going to get a valid response for now. We'll update it later, and then we'll say if choice greater than length of expenses, then say print actually choice is greater than expenses, or choice is less than or equal to 0. Say invalid choice. Try a new transaction. And then we're going to return none. So if that's not the case, then what we'll do is we will start collecting the information. So again, we need a category equals user or input. One of the things I would like to do is we could break this. How did we do this up here? Let's go look at this real quick. We could probably create another function here just to gather the input and return the dictionary. And that will probably be a cleanup thing. We can refactor this later. So let's see. Create expense. Input category. Okay, use colons. Again, later on. Oop. That's not what I wanted. I don't know why it's doing that. Amount. Again, we're going to forego. Actually, we want this to be a float. Input amount and then the last one is note. Input note. And this is where we're violating a lot of things because I'm just going to copy this code. And that violates do not repeat yourself, but I am not going to create that right now. We will do it. Paste. Does this look correct? Oh, forgot part of the code. Okay. Thank you. And what is expenses? We can use indexes. So expenses choice -1 equals, get rid of the date time because we're not messing with that right now. We'll go fix that later. Let's see what kind of errors we get. Debugging through errors. There we go. Which expense would you like to update? Invalid syntax. Perhaps I forgot a comma. Perhaps I forgot I forgot a parentheses. Something was never closed. Oh, there we go. More debugging through errors. Invalid syntax. Da-da-da-da. I'm going to guess I'm just having a problem. Okay, print, choice, if, return, category note, does this look correct? Post equals input, yes or no. Let's say equals choice -1. 1 is an int. Okay. I don't know that I fixed anything there, but valid syntax. All right, I'm back. Holy smokes. Just goes to show you that a small thing can really be a big problem, because when we get down here and we create this index, we're using choice here, not index. We intentionally created index, or I'm going to take responsibility here. This is 100% my fault. This should be index, because choice is out of bounds. Holy smokes, that was incredibly dumb of me. So let's try this now. See what kind of new errors we can come up with. Food, $5 foot long. Remember those $5 footlongs? Yes. There we go. Yep. We print out our stuff. So there we go. We got the basic functionality of our update finally created. And lastly, we will do this delete here. So thanks for watching the video. This one's probably heavily edited. It is way too long, and there was too many and my brain just churning. So I appreciate it. If you watched the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.